everyone. My name is Dion Morales, your host of the Gold Squadron podcast, and we're coming to you live from round one of the Gold Squadron Space Jam Championship Rome edition. I'm super excited. My co-host for today is
Darren Granger. Hello there, everybody.
All right, Darren. So let's go ahead and start by reading down our players and what are they playing today.
Okay, so I can't actually see the over.
Well, let's fix that. I know what I did for you last time. Hold on, I got you faded. You know what? I'll start it. So we got Krzysztof Piszcz on the left side here with Fenrau, Genesis Red, and 2 Skull Squadron pilots. And then on the right, we got Piotr, Zablocki with Tennum, Braylon, Wedge, and Jake Farrell. So we have Scum versus Rebels right off the beginning. I think this is going to be an interesting matchup. I'm curious to see what the chat thinks about the matchup here. And Darren, you should have the full view now.
Yep, I've got the full view now. So yeah, it's an interesting matchup. Yeah, it's the Rebels, which we're quite familiar with. It's a Rebel Beef variant. You've obviously dropped Cassian because changes in points that we've seen over the last couple of upgrades, and then we've got a slight take on Fenrau and the Fangs, going for the pilot skill 4 ones. I assume for the initiative bid. And then Genesis Red with Tractor Beam. Genesis Red is phenomenal in some instances. It's the most binary ship that I've experienced in the game in terms of it's great if it's of a higher pilot skill. Because Genesis Red is if you take a target lock, you get all the green tokens of the thing that you target locked. So it's great if they are
all right. I lost you there for a second, but before we go too far, one thing I gotta make sure I tell everybody is we gotta choose your champion. Now we have something new here for choose your champion, and you guys are if you've been a longtime viewer of Gold Squadron, you can now bet GSP credits on your games. We'll talk about what you can spend your GSP credits on in a little bit, but it's very easy. You can check how many points you have because it has actually been accumulating for a little bit by typing !points, and the bot will let you know exactly how many points you got, and you place your bet by typing !bet. You put a space and then you type 1 or 2, so that's for player 1, which would be on the left side. Player 2 would be on the right side. You put another space and then you bet how many points. One of the things that we're doing is some custom alerts that you guys can pop up on the screen, which we'll let some of you guys test out here in a little bit. We'll tell you guys how to do that. I didn't get them all finished. We just got the beta version out for right now, but just going to give you a glimpse of some of the awesome things you guys will be able to interact with live on the screen for just being from watching and you know what, and just betting well, choosing well. So Darren, right now, if you were playing Choose Your Champion at home today, what would you be betting?
Me?
Yeah.
This is a tough one because you've got who's got the beard. So Fenn's going first. See, if I was just to look at the lists in isolation, I would choose the Rebels. But looking at what's actually going on with the board at the moment, maybe Scum. This is a tough one because of they're all pretty, like you've got 3 4s on either side and a 6, but you've got Wedge. Wedge is good.
Wedge is good. And
yeah.
For anybody wondering, the betting does close in about 1 minute, so make sure you guys get your bets in. The betting does not stay open very long. You got to get your bets in right away because, you know, we got those people like, well, I'm just going to wait for the first engagement and then put in my bet. No. And you can't change your bet, by the way. Once you lose those credits, they're gone. We're running this like the Hutt Cartel, all right?
The Canto Bite module.
Exactly. Exactly. All right. So right now, just double checking here. Yeah, I really like the positioning here by Krzysztof on the left. But you know what? The B wings, they're kind of in a flanking position, right? Like they can very easily just hard turn, barrel roll, and end up going through that between the cloud and the rock there.
Yeah, they could come in here quite nice and tight.
So it could be dangerous if you end up getting those B wings behind the Fang fighters and just eating them up with some like really well modified dice. I mean, that's what the B wings do.
Yeah, absolutely. And with the title on 10 num as well, you've got the barrel roll lock action, and so effectively you've got barrel roll lock, and you'll be stressed for the modification. So effectively you'll have a double modded shot. Same with Braylon, you focus barrel roll. But it looks like Piotr is probably going to come with the rock to his right. Nope. That leaves him with the one bank for next turn to kind of come through those that formation there.
Yep, I mean, I think that the plan is what we were talking about earlier, just trying to get between those two obstacles there. Now, the betting has been closed already, guys, so you guys got to make sure you get your bets in a little faster for next time. We only leave it open. Usually I have a 5-minute timer on it, but because these guys got to it really, really quickly, I had to close it. But for next time, you'll be able to participate. It's all right. You're still getting, you still get GSP points just by watching. And if you're active in the chat, you get double points. So, all of you guys who are watching right now, should be great.
This could be a really quick game, do you?
It could be. They're getting into it. Fenrau is set up for that 5 forward punch wedge in the face. I mean, that's what he likes to do, right? just man, but the B-wings behind, that seems... It seems like a good position. It just depends on how effective the Fang Fighter attacks are next turn.
Yeah, Krzysztof's got to watch out here, because if he goes all in on wedge, which he could easily do from this position, he's going to have those B-wings behind him. And then Jake coming in from the flank.
Now, somebody in the chat here said, is it too early to play the GSP drinking game? I wasn't aware that there was a GSP drinking game. What do I say that often that can be a drinking game? Please, let me know.
Now, there was a drinking game when I was commentating at Worlds for you, which was every time I said absolutely, people took drink.
That was a trigger word for me for a long time when I started podcasting. If you go back, I say the word absolutely like a million times. I probably
Absolutely.
still... Well, before we go too far, one thing I do got to mention is that this round and all of our rounds are sponsored by Curled Paw Creatives. Use that coupon code SPACEJAM2020 for 20% off. It's, support the circle of life that is X-Wing. You guys are awesome. And thank you to Curled Paw Creatives for their support. All right. While they finish up their dials here, I'm going to go grab some water, Darren. Entertain the people.
Okay, that's a challenge. So, Dion's gone, everybody. The internet is mine. So it looks like this round is going to be where we get some actual combat coming in. I think we're going to see the first dice rolled. It's going to be an interesting decision for Krzysztof as to where he goes with here, because he could come in on the B-wings, but then that leaves him with Wedge behind and Jake in the side. If he goes for Jake, then he's going to get pincered by both Wedge and the B-wings. So he's in a real tough spot here, because he's got the positioning that Piotr's managed to pull on him. I think we're probably going to see a 1 or a 2 bank on the B-wings. I believe the 1 bank's blue and the 2 bank is white, so it will depend on whether he wants to go in with actions or not, or just close the distance. But it's certainly going to be, I think this is the turn where we get the first engagement. But let's not forget those Fang Fighters are quite quick and manoeuvrable, so we could see the back Fang Fighter and Genesis Red disengaging and potentially doing the hard one down through those rocks. There we go, and we've just seen the hard turn and he's landed on the rock.
Oh no!
There with that Fang Fighter, so slight mistake there from Krzysztof. So let's see if that hurts him at all.
And that's a hit. That takes a damage.
Yeah. I would be surprised if that Fang Fighter is here at the end of the round, because those B-Wings are going to get great shots on him, and he's going to have no defences. And if they've done the 1 bank as well, that should be at range 2. Yeah, so as we see here, as I said, he could turn down with the Fang and with Genesis Red. Genesis Red's ability is not going to come into effect in this game, but because he is moving and shooting first with Genesis Red, because of the tractor beam, it could potentially throw a B-Wing onto a rock. So probably just see a focus there. Yeah.
All right, let's see what these B-Wings are doing. Are they doing... All right, 2 bank. Actually, that might end up helping out Krzysztof just a bit, because that Fang Fighter has a better chance of surviving with that Concordia.
Yeah, true. Yeah, so he's done the 2 bank, and he's bumped, so
no actions
here on both players' part.
Yeah.
Well, I'm assuming mistakes.
Oh, so that's a spacing error. A little bit between Braylon and 10.
That's one of the things I've found with TTS when setting up if I could ask them to do one thing, it would be to build some kind of maneuver template tool so you can position ships properly, especially when flying things like a droid swarm and things like that. Whereas on an actual table, you can stick a maneuver template in between, and you can tell exactly that if you do a certain maneuver, you're not going to bump ever. Whereas it's a little bit more difficult on TTS because there's not that inbuilt functionality.
Soon. All right.
So we see Jake here do a focus to wedge.
Wait, did Jake barrel roll twice?
I don't believe so. I thought he did the hard one barrel roll boost.
You're right. Yeah. Because he was facing this way. Yes, we're good. All right.
So here we've got it's a double modded shot from wedge into Fen Rao. Fenrau's first, obviously, but it's range 2, crucially. Bad news for Fen.
They're having a little bit of an issue.
Yeah, looks like they've got some problem with the dice. There we go.
All right, so that was 1 hit, 1 evade.
1 evade. So now we've got the range 2 shot back from wedge into Fen Rao, and it's double modded with focus and target lock. So this could be pretty bad.
Yep, Fen's only gonna have 2 dice. We'll get him rolling on the dice box here in a minute, guys. So hit crit. Oh, hit crit. That's bad.
Yeah.
Oh, lucky with the 2 evades there, but still taking half points.
What's the crit?
The crit
That
is
would be half
loose
points.
stabilizer.
It's not half points yet.
Oh, sorry, it was just one. No, sorry, I got excited.
Yeah.
Got excited. So loose stabilizer.
So loose stabilizer.
After you execute a non-straight maneuver, suffer a damage.
Well, I guess we know where Fenn's going next time. Okay, so it looks like no shot from Genesis Red there.
Check, check. Looks like our audio's a little unbalanced. Hold on, that's probably my fault. Check, 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 check. Should be a little better now. All right. Here we go. Who's up?
So there was no shot from Genesis Red, which is unfortunate with that tractor beam. Could have been handy. So it looks like we've got the only Skull Squadron that can fire range 1 into one of the B-Wings. He's got to spend that focus. He's taking no shots in return, so... There we go, so that's 4 hits into Braylon. And evade, so 3 shields off of Braylon. Probably no shot from Jake.
Yeah, just a little bit of angled outside there.
Okay, so he's going to go into the Fang. Is that range 1 or 2?
Looks to be...
I think it's range 2. Yeah. So 10 getting 2 eyeball results. So nothing because he's got no mods. Yeah, and just he's stressed, so he gets the reroll. So we've got hit, crit into the Skull Squadron that's already taken damage from the rock. Oh, no, 3 hits.
All right. One evade. And Concordia.
So that, yep. So, but that is half points on the Skull Squadron.
Nick, when you have a second, please jump in the in their channel and let them know that the dice box should be fixed.
It's like a mini Worlds again. You've got minions running around doing stuff.
That was fun. We'll do it again one day.
I miss Asa.
I'm sure Asa misses you.
He's got a girlfriend now. He's replaced me.
I'm actually going to try to see if I can get Asa for the Space Jam LA as a commentator.
Amazing.
So I'm just cycling through all my peeps.
Aww. just not Name because he swears.
The incident. It was great.
No, the original incident was in Denver.
I don't know what you're talking about. There's no evidence of what you're talking about.
No, and you've got enough deniers on the internet as well.
You see? Exactly. All right. So what are we thinking Wedge is going to do here? I mean, he seems like in a pretty good offensive position to maybe go after Fen here.
I mean, a Talon roll?
Yeah.
Wouldn't be a bad shout because he can get a focus from Jake.
Mm-hmm.
And then do the Talon roll because we know Fen's got to go straight or take a damage, and then he's in a great chasing position.
Now on the X-wing, is it boost and then focus, or focus and then boost?
The X-wing is something and then something. Let's have a look.
I always forget what's the order.
Boost.
It's focus then boost. So we got maybe a little possibility for some shenanigans because I think you can fit a bank boost with Wedge to the left. So if you can get but his wings are closed, are open right now. Never mind. Doesn't work. You can't do the Jake shenanigans. So sad.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Give them the focus action, then focus, then boost, and then come around that way. Yeah, that'd be nice, but no. But I think Jake's in a really good position to maybe just do a hard 2, clear his stress, give the focus to Wedge, and also block where Fenrir's going to go. Because if you think a hard 2 barrel roll back, give the focus to Wedge, and just sit there. Fen's probably going to bump you.
Yeah, that seems right.
He's going to do a 2 or a 3 straight because he's going to want to clear that stress. And then the Talon roll behind with Wedge. And then the B-Wings. It's a tough one. I think one of them's stressed, I believe. Oh, gone for the Talon roll with the Skull Squadron. Are we going to see another hit here?
Nope.
No, he is safe.
So no strain there. He is going to end up stressed. And all right, I like the moves here. It's anticipating if those B-Wings go fast, they will both be right at range 1, most likely, of both of those Fang fighters. Dangerous place.
Yeah.
Or
I think we're just going to see a hard one here from Genesis Red.
Was there no action on the green one? Did the green one hit the rock? The green Fang fighter? Just looking around, I don't see a focus there.
No, I can't see a token. It might have bumped the other Fang, but okay. So we've got a 2 or 3 straight there from there. 2 straight.
Now, let me know, those of you guys who are watching at home right now with this European Space Jam. Obviously, this is, this starts at a quote-unquote normal time for those of you guys in Europe. Let me know, where are you watching from right now? How is it having GSP on your time rather than you on my time? How's it feel, Darren? I did this for the European. This is for you guys.
Let's be honest, you did it for the subs.
I mean, I can have multiple reasons.
Europeans.
And yeah, there you go.
No, it's good. I mean, from our point of view, obviously, playing until 2, 3 a.m. in the morning isn't favourable. But I think any opportunity to play X-Wing at a high level is good at the moment. yeah, for me, it's I've not really been interested in playing that much since lockdown. I quite enjoyed watching though. So it's good that it's on kind of a normal time. I mean, let's be honest, it's all based off of GMT, so you're the weird ones. So we didn't see a block there from Jake.
But at least he's in a safe spot. But I'm surprised he didn't go for the block, because I don't think there was a spot where Fen could have gotten a shot. There's the K turn, not the Talon roll. Man, the Talon roll would have been just a little bit better, probably at range 2. Now he's going to get that range 3 shot.
Yeah. It's interesting what Piotr has done with his B-Wings. Obviously, Braylon, he has barrel rolled out of the way to try and avoid the fangs, but Genesis Red could just throw him straight back in.
Oh, okay, so hit, crit.
Ooh. So that's only going to be 3 dice as well because of Wedge's ability.
Here we go. And gone. Woo! That is a fast and bloody ending for Fen Rao.
Good. The best Fen is a dead Fen. I hate Fen Rao.
Fen Rao loves you. Never forget. Now, I want to take a peek at our bets. Looks like a majority of bets did go towards the Rebel player, but there's still a good chunk of people who bet heavily on Scum.
I mean, Scum aren't out of it yet. Let's be honest.
That's true.
We could see the end of Braylon here. Braylon's not got a shot, and he's only got 1 defense dice. So Genesis Red could throw 4 dice at him with a tractor beam, and throw him back in front of those 2 fangs.
True, true, true.
Because I think Piotr's kind of a little bit out of position now.
We got a 4 dice attack coming in. This should be from 10 nub at range 1. Got 2 hits and a crit.
No, this will be Genesis.
Oh,
Red.
sorry, this is Genesis Red. Oh, this is.
So this will be
the
tractor beam. I'm assuming.
Yep. So that's gonna hit.
So yeah, there's no point spending the focus because guess what? You've got 1 dice. So I'm assuming he's going to barrel roll Braylon to the right and backwards.
Yep. So the tractor beam hits. We should get some movement here in a moment.
Shields going. Why are shields going?
Did we have it?
Ah, sorry, it's flipped it back. I think there's a little bit of confusion about what was being shot.
Got it. We're good here. We're fine. There it is. There's a tractor.
Yeah, there we go. So then he's got the 2 fangs, and the green fang did take an action as a focus token there, we can see. It looks like it's just on the cusp of range 2 from the yellow fang.
Yeah, just a bit outside. All right, here we go. 2 hits.
2 damage.
That automatically goes through because the B-Wing only has 1 native agility. This could be
that stress and focus not doing anything for Braylon.
Not at all.
And now this the green fang at range 1 just needs 3 bits of paint.
Yep. And you were saying it, you know, Scum has a chance still, especially if you take Braylon off the board so early. It's such an offensive weapon that there's a lot of points too. 52.
So here we've got the 4 dice coming in.
Range 1 has a focus.
He's got the focus.
Only 2.
Oh.
Just a bit short there.
Yeah, they're just rolling just below average.
So Braylon's going to be skipping away with only 1 health left. Most likely, I think Genesis Red can finish him off next turn.
The problem Genesis Red's got is that rock that's right in front of him.
True that.
And from the position he's in, it's going to be difficult because Braylon's moving afterwards. And so because they are so close, there's a chance that he can roll out of arc. So what have we got here? So we've got 10. I'm probably going to go into the green fang.
Yep, going into the green was the call. I saw the little mark with the arrow. 4 dice.
Yeah, the thing is with the green. The thing is with the green fang is.
Oh, he has a stress. That's 10, right? That's hit crit. 10.
But if he remembers the trigger, then he's got the Concord Dawn.
Yep.
Or Concordia face off. So. And he's got the focus, so it's
probably not going to hit, but there's a chance.
Yeah, there's a chance. I mean, we've just seen Fenrir blank out, so I'd probably expect the crit to go through here.
All right, 3 dice coming in. And he's taken hit 1 crit after Concordia.
Yeah, so there's the crit going through.
We'll find out what that is here in a second. The crit is direct hit. That's half points on the green Fang Fighter.
So there we see the Rebels taking a bit of a further lead.
Little by little. So that's how it works, little by little.
Yeah, Krzysztof rolling slightly below average on both his defense and his offense there with that Green Skull Squadrons made a big difference. It might not seem it, but it has.
Oh yeah, I mean you just by Braylon staying on the table, even though he's at 1 hull, it's requiring you to take the time now to take another shot in order to get him off the table.
Yeah, and it's simultaneous now. He's not going to get a shot this turn because of where he is position-wise. That he's stressed and can't Talon or K-turn. So he's going to still be running, but it's still another shot that you've got to take when you've got Wedge and Jake coming around now. Because let's be honest, he's got 2 ships taking on 3.
Now, while we're waiting here, just going to talk about some of the other cool goodies and things. We do have some stretch goals. I'm actually really excited. Shout out to Isophane, who gave us some awesome prizes from Galaxy's Edge that he was able to go right before it got closed. And we're going to be 2 items from what he gave us are going to be up for stretch goals, which will show some of those off later. We have our sub bar there on the bottom. Right now we're at 5. Thank you to everybody who has subscribed so far. Also, when people were talking about how can I spend my GSP credits, well, let's go ahead and I'll show you right now, and I'll probably turn it off after a little bit, but I'll give you an example of something you can do. I'm gonna type a command, and I don't have a list yet because I don't want people to be spamming it. But I'm gonna go ahead and put something on the screen. Let's see if you guys catch it. It's quick, it's fast, it's fun. Let's see if you guys catch it. Yeah. There you go. I see some people catching it. So we got some fun stuff like that that's going to be able to pop up on the board. You guys be able to trigger those by spending your points. And we're going to have some different ones for each faction. I just finished. Not everybody's just going to keep doing it. It's going to be more expensive than 10 credits. But for right now, I want you guys to... you guys can play with it for a little bit. It's round 1. If I have some time between rounds, I finished up the Rebel one. Oh, there goes everybody. All right.
You created a monster.
I did. That's fun though. That's the whole point. Like, it's gonna be like significantly expensive. Like, it's gonna be like 1,000 points to actually trigger that, because of how many points we give away, and also some people are raking in those points with Choose Your Champion. So it is right now. Yeah, right now the only one that's live is Scum.
Some would say the best faction. So what are we going to think we're going to see here then, Dion?
Well, I mean, we talked about Braylon. Obviously, he has to go. He has to get rid of the stress, or he can just kind of try to bail out and hope. The stress allows him to reroll. Hopefully, that he has a dice. Maybe he does something like a. Well, who has initiative right now? Krzysztof. Krzysztof is moving first, right?
Yeah.
So, honestly, Braylon hard twoing to the left, or maybe like one bank barrel roll to the left, might allow him to like get an extra turn, maybe have the time to turn around and get back into the fight. Oh, but there you go. Genesis tried to be like, nah, bro.
Yeah, and that's the problem. If Braylon comes the one bank to the left, he's then going to be in the arc of Genesis.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and there's that shadow, that skull squadron. Just, you know what? I'm just gonna hang out right here. So basically, right now, there's nowhere Braylon can go that's safe. Never mind. So that's just basically a wasted turn. But Wedge and Jake are about to see what they can do with those Fang fighters. Now you notice that 10-Nub is right behind. I mean, that's probably just a 1 forward. Ooh, I'm really surprised he went so fast.
Yeah, it's and there's the turn from Braylon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm surprised by, see, the 1 forward would have left the green skull squadron at range 2. You would have had a better shot.
Yep. Yeah, and you'd have had a modification.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, here's going to be interesting. Wedge, I think he's out for another couple of turns, just because I think he's probably going to do 2 bank here.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Jake barrel rolling out, taking a focus.
Interesting. Oh, he's just going straight with Wedge. Okay.
Well, he's de-stressed now. We'll have a turnaround maneuver next turn. Yeah, I would have liked a 2 bank as well, because it would have leave him de-stressed and be able to get into the fight by hard turning next turn, rather than being stressed.
Yeah, it could have come in between the debris and the gas cloud.
Mm-hmm.
So Sunny Bounder, Genesis Red. I think he's range 1 into Braylon. That's a dead Braylon.
Yep, that's it.
Reroll because he's stressed, but still takes hit crit.
So F's in the chat for Braylon. Actually, I forgot to call for it for Fen. Fen was our first death of Space Jam Rome. This is the Coliseum.
No F's in the chat for Fen Rao. He deserves it. So we've got... This all comes down to now whether 10-Num can take that Skull Squadron off.
Uh-huh.
Because what's he got? 4 dice versus 3. One's unmodded, one's got Concord face-off.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Concordia face-off, or is it Concord Dawn? Or
it's Concordia face-off now. Did 10 have range there on Genesis? He does have range 2 on Genesis. But look,
you go for the Skull Squadron.
He's opting for the Skull Squadron. I mean, but being unmodded, you're actually very unlikely to do damage here. Right now, this is just you're looking for dice luck.
Yeah.
I only got one.
Gets one, so got nothing because of Concord Dawn.
Yeah. I mean, on average, you weren't doing damage anyway, but
we saw that last round. We took a crit.
That's true.
Because that's how variance works.
Because variance. Hey, you know what? Sometimes you like it. Sometimes you hate it.
I can hear D screaming all the way from the judge table right now. My dice. So the Scum player is actually in a really good position here.
Agreed.
Because he's still got some good pieces here. I think we're probably going to see just another hard one from Genesis, just to turn back into the fight, and then I wouldn't be surprised if we saw the Fangs disengage and chase Wedge.
Yeah, I mean, especially because Wedge, we talked about it, right? Like, there's no way that he probably gets into the fight without having to K-turn or Talon roll, so he's going to end up being unmodded, and there's your chance to just make him pay.
I'm kind of hoping that the Scum player pulls it back, just to prove everybody in the majority of people wrong. Plus, it's always nice to see a good comeback.
This is very true. The comeback kid.
Well, that is Kim Kardashian, but...
Oh, man. What? Huh. Genesis. I mean, 10 nub, where is he at right now? He's full.
Yeah, 10 nub's full, and he's in a good position to kind of start creeping around the back, and that's where I think just the hard one from Genesis.
What do you think about hard one barrel roll? Barrel rolling to the right just to get that little bit of space to make sure you're behind 10 nub?
So there we've seen the turn from the Fang fighter.
I mean, that is a boost focus if you've ever seen one, right? Like you're boosting to the top of the board. There it is.
Yeah. And Piotr has made a clear indication of what he's doing with Wedge there by putting his S-foil card right next to his dial. I think that's a bit of a tell. Probably just a focus there from that Fang. Try and get a shot on Jake.
Yep.
I mean, if I'm Jake, I'm bugging the hell out of there. And just a hard one there from Genesis with the focus.
Taking the focus, anticipating, and...
He's got to be careful, though, because if Braylon does the one forwards... no, he's done the one bank.
Yep.
So the thing he's got to watch out for there is Genesis shoots first. So with the tractor beam, he can throw him onto the debris.
I'm not sure why. I'm curious to know why he put the S-foil card right next to Wedge, because I don't know.
He doesn't forget his trigger.
What trigger? I mean, unless he's running away.
Because he'll want the boost.
I guess.
It means he's not going to Talon roll. I think he's probably going to do the hard 2 or the hard 3.
All right. I'll believe.
We see the barrel roll lock with 10 num to give him a fully modded shot on the yellow Fang.
Here's Jake, hard turning.
So Jake's going to focus boost. The thing he's got to watch out for, though, is if he gets shot at by Sunny, he could end up on a rock, but Jake.
The blue hand of fate, waiting, debating. What combination of actions do I want? He looks like he's reaching for a barrel roll. Reach, woo! Getting aggressive here. I think he wants to get a focus to Wedge. Nope. He's taking it for himself. And there's the S foils flip next to the dial.
Yeah. So we're probably going to see a 2 or a 3 hard.
There's a 3.
Yeah, and then he's going to boost out of arc.
Does the boost make it all the way out?
No, you'll see a bank boost down.
See the debate there.
He's definitely going to focus.
Yeah. It looks like we're getting a little bit of questioning of his own decisions by Zablot.
This really is the battle of the consonants, isn't it?
And boosting to the left.
Ooh. So he's gone that way to get himself the extra distance. And there's the focus.
Yep. So that'll put him at range 2. He has the focus.
Now, Piotr is up on points. And there is only 28 minutes left, so it's not like he has to force it. I'm just surprised a little bit there that he didn't go. Yeah.
Boosting to the right. He might have thought that he would have still been in arc at range 1. It was definitely close. 1 hit. There's a focus out there. Spend the focus. No damage. That could have been a lot worse. But Wedge gets out of there unscathed.
Yeah, so we've got the yellow Skull Squadron now, range 1 into Jake. I'm surprised he's not firing with Genesis first, though. I mean, you've got the tractor beam, so why would you not?
Well, 3 hits and a crit into Jake might work out.
I can't see that.
Well. That's because I forgot to hit that button.
There we go.
Natties, though. Natties. Takes 1 shield on Jake.
It's got to be disappointing.
Here's probably the moment where you realize, oh, I had the tractor beam.
Yeah. But I suppose it depends what you want to do with that tractor beam. Do you fire it into the B-wing to try and throw him further away? You might be able to get him out of arc.
All right.
If you hit 10 num from the yellow, but then you've still got the stress for the mod against the green. It's yeah.
So I think I would just take my primary against 10 nub. Just try to do some damage.
Yeah.
I think that's what I would do.
Start chipping away.
Mm-hmm. He's reaching for... Yep. Oh, hit, crit. So he's going to get to move 10. Doesn't do any damage, though.
No, so it's a question of does he throw him to the right and back?
He might just end up pushing him forward, causing him to be double stressed, and that gives you... Yeah, okay, so he's going to throw him on the debris. He'll be double stressed, and now you have an option here. That means that 10 obviously becomes a little bit more predictable next turn because he's going to be at least single stressed. And maybe just gives you some time to go chase down Wedge and try to get some half points there.
Yeah, I mean, he takes probably takes yellow out of arc, but it does give him primary shot onto green, which he's taking.
This is very true, but you got Concordia. You're fine. This is fine. Concordia is better than an extra dice. Here we go.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
All right, so there's 2 hits there.
Yeah, so if we get average, he's safe.
We're fine. This is fine.
Concordia. Yeah. How are you?
All right, so that tractor beam doing some work there, saving some damage. Because most likely, for if you think about that alternate timeline with the same roll, though, yellow ends up taking a hit and a crit there.
Yeah. And then let's see what happens with Jake. Can he...
Dice are on fire this morning. Hit, crit.
Well, it's nice to see that whatever stream your dice are on, they are broken, Dion.
And no damage. No damage.
Concordia.
Yeah. Fang fighters do what Fang fighters do, and say no damage.
So what's Krzysztof's win condition here?
He's down by how many points is that right now?
67 points.
Yep. So I mean, you got to get 1.5 ships, no matter what the combination is.
Yeah.
And not lose anything. And that is the challenge there.
So I mean, strangely, I think Wedge is probably the easiest one to take out. Just because you've got the 3 dice from Jake.
Right.
And you've got so much hull on 10 Num, who's untouched at the minute. So in terms of actual hull damage that you need to put through, Wedge. But Wedge is probably just going to bug out here.
Hey guys, could I pose a question to you both real quick?
Yeah, what's up?
No.
I wanted to hear what the commentators have to say about something like this. So 10 could have taken another stress to rotate there. What do you guys think about that? Is with the new rules.
That's
that he has a lock on that ship, correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
No, you're absolutely right. That would have been a much better shot. Still at range 1. And you would have been fully modified. So great point. It probably puts him in a worse position because then 10 Nub is definitely not ever getting back in the fight. Though at the same time, he'd just be running away, which maybe is not a bad idea either.
Just wanted to know what you guys would have thought about a move like that. I mean, being triple stress isn't great, but it was on my mind. Thanks, guys.
No worries.
Dion, can we tell Nick to stay in his lane? Like, commentary's my thing.
I'm bad about that. I'm sorry. Oh, wait, I did it again.
Oh, I love you, Nick. No, wait, I loathe. That's the right word.
Nick Standler, thank you so much.
So what do we think we're going to see? I think we're probably going to see the hard 2 from both Fangs. Probably the hard 2 from 10 Num. Like the Fangs are probably going to want to try and chase Wedge.
Oh yeah, for sure. He's stressed. You got to go hard. That Skull Squadron number 2, the green one, needs to go hard. Sunny Bounder, I want to see her hit the gap between this debris and the cloud, and you just threaten. You try to hit that tractor beam, and it is fairly easy to get an X-Wing to half points. And because Wedge cannot turn around this turn, you have an opportunity. If you can take 3 damage this turn, 3 damage the following turn, you could just kill Wedge. You might end up losing maybe a hull on the Skull Squadron, but if you can stay at range 1, it's worth it. You should stay alive if that's what happens.
Mm-hmm. We've got the bump there from the yellow Skull Squadron. It's an interesting move. I guess what he's trying to do there is try and capture 10 Num in his arc. He's going for the target lock on Wedge. I actually quite like that.
Setting it up. I like it.
Not sure I like that move from Genesis.
This might be, I mean, he might just be declaring that he's going after 10 rather than going after Wedge. I mean, you need to get 1.5 ships no matter what. It just depends on where you're going to be getting it at, I guess.
Yeah, but like as you see now, he's completely out of position with Genesis. If he'd have turned the other way, coming the other way, he would have had an arc on something.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
So we've got Wedge opening the foils.
And
just a 1 bank.
Yep. I think that's, I mean, might just be I don't want to forget to close them.
If he barrel, as I say, if he barrel rolls back there, he's probably out of arc.
Yep. Now that gives him the hard 2 in for next turn, if he needs it. But at the same time, the Skull Squadron did take that target lock this turn and will get a juicy shot, probably fully modified next turn.
Yeah, and that's the thing he's got to watch out for. That depending on what he does. So if he does the Talon roll or the hard 2, it obviously gives him a couple of options. Just give me 1 second there, Dion. I think I have someone at my door.
No worries, no worries. All right, and it looks like we don't have any shots this turn, do we? 1, 2, no, we do. Maybe we don't. Got a little distracted by the door. Nope, and we're back. All right. So we got 17 minutes and change left on the clock. I'm hoping everybody's having a good time today. We got 130 people from around the world. Love you guys. I know one question that was posed to me already was how many different countries do we have represented? I could try to do a quick check on that. It's more than a few, to tell you that much. Let's see if we can find that out.
So that's interesting there with the green fang, because obviously if Wedge does the hard turn, the hard 2, he can barrel roll out of arc. But if he's done the Talon roll,
now Talon roll would be an awfully that'd be bad though. Man, that hard 2's looking so good right now. You got 10 nub there. Mind you, it's range 1, so the Fang's like, I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah, but he's going to have Jake behind him as well, and he's going to be...
Oh, no bump. Oh, range 1. Oh, man.
Yeah, so... I mean, that green Fang's in for a bad day. He's got double modded shot coming in from 10 num. And then he's got Jake. Let's see what Wedge did. Do we think the hard 2 or do we think the Talon roll? He's closing his foils, so he's running. He is running. Running.
It's a 3 hard. Oh, look at that.
Yeah,
that boost right out of arc.
Wedge does not need to play anymore. He's done his job. Yeah, he's taking the lock. Can he take the lock?
He took a...
He did the boost, didn't he? So.
Yes. Where did you see him place a lock? Sorry, I looked away there for a second.
No. He there was the blue arrow pointing at the green fang, so I was a little bit confused as to what that was in reference to. I guess they must have just activated him and said, "No shot."
Yep.
Here we've got the tractor beam going into 10 num.
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably barrel roll him away. Yeah.
There it is. So that gets him out of arc for the green thing. And that's going to give a better shot for the Skull Squadron.
Yeah, because whatever that Skull Squadron rolls now, all he's got to do is roll paint.
That's pretty good. That's paint.
Like that. So that's 3 shields down. I still think it's probably a little too late. 10 minutes on the clock. Even if he takes out 10 num. He's got to get half points on Jake. So is this Jake into? Yeah, this is Jake into the Fang. So hit crit again. Broken dice doing broken things.
And we're fine. We brought a focus. This is why you bring a focus.
You know where you can get some focus tokens, Dion? Co-op or creative.
Got him. People were saying that's the drinking games every time we do the sponsor read.
Really? Challenge accepted. Strap in, kids.
Man, with 8 minutes left, do you think Krzysztof has enough in the tank to get a win here?
Realistically, what have we got? We've probably got 2 rounds if they're quick.
True.
Realistically, it's going to be tough. He's going to have to... He's probably got to go all in now on 10 num. And then try and get a point of damage on Jake. So I think realistically, we're probably going to see the... If it was me and I in this position, I'd probably be doing the 2 Talon roll with green. Just a 2 straight with yellow. And then trying to kind of bank in a little bit with Genesis. And just trying to get damage through onto 10 num. The problem is it's highly likely that you could end up trading 10 num for one of the Skull Squadrons.
But that's still puts Piotr up.
Yeah. That's the thing. Krzysztof's got to kill 10 num and kill Jake or get Jake to half. Wedge is never going to catch.
Nope. Wedge is out.
I mean, if I was Wedge here, I'd probably be looking at like the 2 bank through the gas cloud and the rock. So the 2 bank to the right, just to still threaten, because you can then come back in with a hard turn next turn.
Yeah, I mean, if you end up having the time.
So there's the 2 straight with yellow, takes focus. I mean, you could even hard one in with green and focus barrel roll.
All right, so we're hard wanting. Yep, trying to go after 10, right?
Yeah. The problem is if Piotr has seen this, all he does is does a 3 hard out with Jake to the right. I think he's just barrel rolled with the wrong ship. He's just barrel rolled yellow.
There you go.
Yeah,
Fix it.
I'm doing it. So, yeah. So I mean, if Piotr has seen the points, or knows kind of where his win condition is, you just disengage with Wedge and Jake here, and that's it. There's nothing you can do.
There's not enough time. He would need, I would say, like 2 more turns past this, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, so there we see Jake disengaging. Now he could be really sneaky here. Give a focus to Wedge, and do a 3 Talon roll with Wedge.
Let's see how much sneak he's got. Whoops. And the 3 hard gives him a shot. He's going to be able to get a shot on the Skull Squadron. Maybe do a little bit of pain on the way out. What is happening?
Just checking whether it hit the gas cloud.
Ah.
It didn't. It's fine.
I was confused. I was like, what is happening?
So yeah, taking the target lock there on yellow. It's a really good shout. It's range 2. But he forgot to open his foils.
Sad.
Yep, even putting the card next to it. That might cost him.
Blank out.
Oh.
And the Skull Squadron bites the dust.
I think Krzysztof needs to flip the table right now.
But we reset it up for them and everything so nicely.
I'm assuming you've deactivated that.
It's somewhere. I think so. I think I did.
So there we've got the Fang into 10 num. So it's going to be half points on 10 num, but it's not enough.
I got to get something ready back here. Can't forget about our giveaway machine. Forgot to activate it. Wake up.
Giveaway machine?
Yeah, we have a giveaway machine. Little giveaway robot. All right, looks like we're... looks like they just disconnected again. Oh, all right. We were too fortunate last time.
I'm here to inform you that they are calling the game as it stands.
Okay, cool. Called the game. The game is over. All right.